Um, why do we consider this business, right? I want y'all to think about that, especially the new thrivers. Some people say, well, what if the business, no, it will. The business will grow for you. You will have a ton of thrivers in this business if you decide to get your brain focused on the outcome of someone's 10th day. The more you become aware of what this Thrive experience is all about. Why is the word experience used? It's because it's about the experience as the days progress. It's always been the blessing to our business. It's what's caused it to be a multi-billion-dollar business. And during this time that this business has grown, you have to look at this like the next 10 to 20 years of your life. What do you want it to look like? It's crazy. I know, like Chris, Pam, so many of you that are out there, we've all been in business together now, I don't know, 10 years? Now think about how fast it goes. And you new thrivers out there that are on this call today, you have such a fulfilling opportunity in your life. I think as this business has grown, and I've been able to see from the distance this business grow, it's been amazing. I mean, it's absolutely been amazing to see this company continues on a daily basis to attract someone for the first time hearing about our product and going, you know what, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm worn out, my body doesn't feel good, this sounds like something I need to experience for myself. And it's that simple. Don't get away from the basics in your mind. Don't think because you go to $10,000 or $20,000 a month in orders that you start to change your personal habits. No. I tell you, if you have $200,000 a month in sales, you definitely do not step off the gas of your personal habits, right? What are the basics? If you want this business to blossom, set yourself a goal. Brittany Plunkett, approaching $700,000, $800,000 a month in orders now? Think about that, you all. Brittany Plunkett, by the way, those of you that are new, Brittany Plunkett, she is an hour and a half. No, excuse me. She's like 30 to 40 minutes south of Nashville, Tennessee. I want to say she became a thriver. She took the product. She got excited. She ended up growing to like $12,000 a month in orders. I don't know where all they were coming from. Then she decided that she was going to put time into other things, personal things that needed to be handled, etc. So she stepped away for a year. I love telling this story, you all, because as this call kicks off, it's okay if you step away. It's okay if you feel like you have to step away on Saturdays due to the kids' sports. It's okay if you step away because you have to have nightly dinners with your family. The things that are most important to you in your life, we're on the back end, meaning you have your spiritual beliefs, you have your spouse, you have your family, and you have this business to thrive. A new addition of things that you want your life to be like, right? The product gives every one of us an opportunity to say, hey, I'm ready to step back in. I'm ready to reignite myself and realize that life is not just about what my paycheck is. Life's not about buying a pontoon boat. Life is about, do I really love what I'm doing, helping people? And you all know, every time that I get on the phone with you all and have a chance to say hi and catch up with you, to me, there has been the biggest fulfilling piece of this whole company is that all the time when I think about it is how many people are starting to notice how good they feel for the first time in years. And, is it day 1, day 2, day 3? It's not longer than day 3 before everybody knows why this business is what it is or why the product is exciting. It's awesome. You talk about fulfillment. Think about moms, aunts, uncles, people that you know that are 10 and 15 years older than you. I'll give you a great visual right now, all of you. I'll give you a great visual. No matter what your age is on this call right now, no matter what your age is, you think people would pay that are 10 and 15, 20 years older than you are currently? What would people pay to be able to go back in time and feel like they do or they did at your age? So let's just say you're 30 years old. You think a 50-year-old, what would they pay to go back and pay like they felt like they did at 30? I can't tell you all how often my boys, I'm 51 years young, but my boys, last year it was like, my boys would say to me, especially my oldest dad, man, a lot of these dads, they really don't look that good. They don't, and he's a 13 or 12-year-old noticing. It's not because it's it's my business. It's not because of Thrive. He was noticing the difference in, I'm 51, but I sure in the heck don't look like I'm, gonna fall over dead. Some of these people, and you all, and I'm just speaking honest. All right, I'm back on. Can you hear me? Can someone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I think this call today, for all of you that are on here, and again, thank you all very, very much. The leadership that's going to be giving you all thoughts to consider, things to think about. Just remember this. Stories like Brittany Plunkett. She took time away from the business. She stepped away. She stepped back in a year later. And now a year and a half to 2 years later, she's not only 200K, but I think she's broken maybe 2, if not 3, 200K VIPs in her team in a year and a half. Guess how they've done it, you all? And I'm going to be vocal about this in an exciting way. But the last year and a half, I haven't really told you all that are listening on this call. Some of you may have caught the rumor mill a little bit, but I decided about a year and a half ago, I was doing all these conference calls, and I decided about a year and a half ago, I was telling Sheila Fasoni this yesterday, I said, I wanted to just really put my messaging, how do you all know what I'm doing? You don't, right? So how do you know what I'm telling you is the truth? You don't know me, you don't. So I decided about a year and a half ago, every 2 weeks, I was going to start giving people that were within a 1 hour radius of where I live. So every one of you can do what I'm about to tell you. I decided, especially 40, 80, and 200Ks, if you don't do this, don't say you didn't hear this. Don't, and all you that are on here, don't say you didn't have a chance to spread this message today. So I started doing every 2 weeks, I was mailing or ordering 20 boxes on average of Vanilla Lifestyle Mix, 10 boxes of the women's capsules, and then 6 to 10 Black Label DFTs. And I would divide all this up into 1 day and 3 day sample packets. But what I would do, and then I started getting the boxes, 3 day sample kits. You all, we have exploded, maybe 4 200Ks in a year and a half, just within a 1 hour radius of Nashville. It's been secretive. It's not on conference calls. It's not videos. It is putting 1 day and 3 day sample packs within a 3 and 4 hour radius. We have, I think Brittany went to 4 gatherings or 5 gatherings in an 8 day period in the last 4 weeks. Like in a 1 week period, she went to 5 gatherings. And all these little pockets of all these small cities, every one of you have it around you. If you want to see this business blossom, get out of the house and get the product into someone's hands and hang out with them for 20 and 30 minutes in the morning after they've taken the capsule, the lifestyle mix, and you put the DFT on their shoulders. Hang out and talk with them for 30, 40 minutes about anything other than our product. and you're going to see their eyes change right in front of you. But don't expect this business to blossom if you don't step into the basics of what's going to be covered on this call today, okay? So I'm excited to get this call started. I'm excited to say here we are. School is back in session. That applies for all of us that are on this call today. We are here. We're ready to go. We're ready to make this season successful. The first thing I want every one of you to do today is write down in capital letters, Vision Board, December 2021. Vision Board, December 2021. And I want you to cut out a picture of the most beautiful tree you've ever seen. I want every one of you to give yourself a commitment to yourself like you've never done before, and step back in, get focused on yourself and say, it's not about, what if. It is possible if you do the basics. The product is the salesperson, not you. You are not the saleswoman. You are not the sales guy. People don't like salespeople. Everyone loves the product that makes them feel like $1 million. Let the product do the work and get out of the way. Okay? So, real quick, we're going to say a quick hello to everybody out there. At the count of 3, I want to hear your first, last name, maybe what city or country you're calling.
Unmuted. Muted.
Well, like I always say, I love it because those of you that are new thrivers on here, that was not static. That is thousands of people that are thrivers that are listening live to this call. The reason I do conference calls, you all, by the way, I'm sure most of y'all know I'm not really much on social media anymore on purpose. I wanted to create a different path for myself. It sometimes can be a challenge to be in a successful position. And those of you that are going from 0 to 4K, remember this. Everyone that's a thriver that's signed up as a free promoter or a customer, if you've got $4,000 a month in sales, those people that are making that $4,000 a month in sales possible, if a lot of the times it's going to be 100% you at $4,000 a month. I mean, you might have 20 friends buying $150, $200 a month. Who knows? But they will. They'll start buying it when they get on the product, right? Your job is talking about basics, Sheila. One of the jobs that you all want to write down right now on top of Vision Board 2020 or December 2021 is single serve packaging. And write that down, single serve packaging. One of the things that's so important as we get into this new season, and we're going from September and everybody's got their goals for December. December 20th is when you want to have, I think it's the magic number. It's 5 days before Christmas. You've set your financial goals. You've achieved it. By God, you deserve to have the biggest Christmas you've ever had, right? So stay focused. Don't get distracted on failures today. Increase your IPA, your income producing activities. I am ... increasing my income producing activities. How do you do that? Common sense, you all. If you're going to go from 0 to $4,000 a month, and then all of a sudden somebody else is starting to share the product, it's called single serve packaging. When the product arrives at a doorstep, Chas and I were talking on a leadership call last week or 2 weeks ago with Chas's team somewhere, and I said, the biggest mistake you can make is have people ordering Thrive for the first time, and you as a leader, this is a leadership call, but you as a leader did not say to them, hey, when your product arrives, I want you to think of your best friend, your neighbor, whomever, that you want to start thriving with you your first morning. That's why we made this product in single serve packaging. It works. It's not a question if the product works. It's, do you know how to work the business the free way, the right way, the simple way? The easiest way is you make sure that you've got people starting with you day one. When you're order comes to you, I don't care if it's a monthly reorder or if it's a new order, you all step your game up and realize your business will grow 10 times faster. Guaranteed, if your team is thinking of 2 people, the first morning they start the product, they've got 2 people starting at the same day as them. Now you're going to see the mushroom effect. You're going to start to see this thing start to snowball. Don't be the person on this call that is not mastering the number one basic in this company is how many people are having a one-day experience tomorrow morning in the town you live in. So with all that being said, we've got a great list today. I've got some individuals that I've brought onto this call. They're going to introduce you to the next one, but Sheila, Starla, Brittany, Hannah, Beth, I can't wait to hear the points that you all want to pass on to the team today. And thank you all so much for taking time to be on the call. Sheila, take off.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Paul. You already got me all fired up. I'm excited. My name is Sheila Fasoni. I have been thriving for over 7.5 years. After a couple weeks on this product, guys, I knew I wasn't going to keep it a secret. And what I really want to talk to you about is this is your free business opportunity. And as much as it is a free business opportunity, the beauty of that can also be your detriment, because you have this incredible opportunity in the palm of your hands. It's whether you decide to show up every single day. Drive, social media, your reach out. This is your storefront. You are blessed that you do not have to leave your home. You do not have to leave your kids' baseball game. You do not have to leave anything that you are, have your daily obligations, but you can still work your business. You have to show up to your storefront. If you invested all this money in a restaurant, there's no way you wouldn't show up every single day. So why would you not show up to a free business opportunity? And it starts with your mindset. I want you to think about that. I want to think about, where is your head? What does the Thrive experience do for you? How much do you want to share that with every single person within 3 feet of you? We are back out and about, guys. Get yourself out and about. So I'm going to talk first about mindset. 80% of success is from mindset, guys. So whether I know Paul said this for years, if you think you can or you can't, you're right. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. So are you making that decision to live your life by default? Or are you going to live it with intention by plugging yourself into your business? This is your business every single day. And that commitment comes from knowing what the product's done for you, recognizing people are going to say no, and that's okay. No is not forever. Trust me, I have been in this business over 7.5 years. I have people joining me today that I reached out to 7 years ago. But the reason that is because of consistency, of working every single day, reaching out and following up. People will hate on your business. It's bad. It happens. But people don't necessarily love success. You are creating the future that your family deserves by sharing what the product has done for you. It isn't a mystery. You know how amazing you feel. So why would you not share that with everyone and do not have the confidence in what this product has done for you? It comes from knowing what are your daily consistent goals. It was just incredible this month. I posted for people to submit goals. How many people submitted their goals? And in turn, they got a secret link to a private Zoom. They thought about their goals for the month. They know what they want to do, and now they're plugging in to make sure that happens for them this month. And guess what? It isn't because their upline is doing anything. It isn't because their downline is doing anything. It's because they have committed to building their business and going for their goals. And here's the thing, those daily goals, I was working 2 jobs. I was doing, parties at night. I was in another network marketing business. I was doing, working Monday through Friday at a local elementary school, so I couldn't work during the day. But guess what? I had daily goals. If those goals weren't done and it's 11 p.m. and I'm exhausted, I'm ready to go to bed, you send out those messages. You do the do to get the get. You are going to make that commitment to yourself and to your team. and your family to live a better life. I'm telling you, it does take some sacrifice, you know. Most people, I posted this in my team page today, and I want everybody on here to think about it. Most people do not have the patience to build a business for 3 years, but they have the patience to go to work for 50 years. The retirement age is 67, life expectancy age is 78. So you work for 50 years to free up 11 years. Maybe, just maybe, we weren't born to do more than just pay bills and jobs. Maybe we were meant to do great things and change people's lives around us. Maybe you have the secret and the answer to the prayers of people that are praying for our products every single night. But you won't know unless you do those reach outs, unless you jump on those Zooms, unless you jump on those calls, unless you do those social media posts, unless you are showing up to your storefront. Turn the lights on, guys. It is time for you to show up every single day. Most of us started, working 2 jobs, but you do, or working a full-time job, but you do plug in and you make it your goal to get your daily goals. You need to know what those are. And that's why you're here today, because we're going to tell you what you need to be doing every single day. I also want to quick touch on consistency. It was funny, we jumped on a Zoom prior to this corporate call with all the speakers today, and Starla Scribner was one of them. And I reached out to Starla 16 times before she joined me. 16 times. But guess what? I started as a promoter November 10th of 2013, and Starla joined December 26th of 2013. I'm telling you, in a month and a half, guys, I was constantly following up, having conversations with Starla. Yes, I'm going to tell you right now, if I would have picked up the phone and had a phone conversation, it wouldn't have taken me a month and a half. But I was busy. I was new. I was doing a lot through Messenger because I was dividing and conquering and doing all the things. But she joined me because of the follow-up. Your fortune is in your follow-up. You must reach out to people. If you are a new person or existing person, existing people have free accounts like crazy in their cloud office. Utilize them. Plug into those. Make sure you're following up with people. I'm going to tell you a sales statistic right now that's going to blow your socks off. And if you've heard me on a corporate call, you've probably heard it before. But 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 2%. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. But do you know that only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts? You guys, you're missing opportunities. You're missing them. But you need to have the confidence to reach out, to follow up day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, because people may not be thriving now, but they will be thriving in the future. I'm telling you, you don't know what's going on in someone's household or what's going on in their life or how they feel unless you are reaching out and following up. So with all that being said, and me getting off my soapbox, even though I really love being on it, I'm going to throw it over to Starla Scribner, who was the person who I reached out to 16 times before she joined me in a month and a half. I'm sure she was ready to tell me to go away. However, she didn't. She kept asking questions. And Starla, I'm going to throw it over to you. And I know you've got a lot of super great back to the basics information for everybody on this call today.
Thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much for that introduction and your powerful words. You guys, I've always heard this and learned this along the way with having success in this business is success leaves clues. And when you're aligned with incredible leaders that are already having success and flying through the ranks and having new team members jump on all the time and them also flying through the ranks, then you're in the right place at the right time. From day one, I have been grateful for Sheila and Maria and Tony Strassman, their leadership, their guidance, and honestly, they were already having so much success. All I had to do was do what they were doing, duplicate the simple system that was already leading to huge success. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm going to talk to you guys about my number one tip to success in this business. Some of you may like it. Some of you may hate it, but I promise you, whether you're already having huge growth and success or not, if you're not already implementing through calls and you start them and create that layered leadership in your team, doing them as well, you're going to explode beyond your wildest dreams and imagination. So I am grateful for the leadership. I'm also grateful for Sheila's confidence in this product, in this business, and in her persistence. So if you ever doubt yourself or you're going to do your reach out to follow-up and you're like, oh my gosh, should I message this person again? If they haven't flat told you no, then your answer is yes. You should message that person again, because what if Sheila had not messaged me that 14th time or that 15th time or that 16th time that kept it forefront on my mind to be able to order? And actually, thank goodness my daughter Spring actually had a physical need for the product, which is why the day after Christmas, we jumped in and placed our order. But Sheila had been so persistent with me, it was the first thing I thought of that day. So just back onto the three-way call, the three-way chat. You guys, I'm going to tell you guys the reason why. I'm not going to go into the exact way to lead into a three-way call. Hopefully we'll do future calls going into that. But I want y'all to know the importance of why we do them. Number one, third-party validation, especially for a brand new driver. Maybe they jumped in like me with a promoter pack. I never sampled. I had not tried the product yet. I ordered a promoter pack out of the gate because why not? It was a free opportunity. There was no obligation or commitment. If I didn't love it, I didn't have to do anything with it. But if I did love it, then I was going to want to share it with people. So I ordered as a promoter, and I didn't have a story yet. So for all of those new people on your team that want to grow, or your new customers that want to get theirs for free, but they don't yet have a story, or they don't have confidence, or they don't have a sales background or nutrition background, which none of us do, right? The third-party validation allows them to get the stories out there even before they're ready to share their own. Plus, if people have been watching you on social media, they know some of your journey. You've been posting enough. You've been consistent. You're getting them interested. And then you're going to share your story with them right away. That third-party validation of hearing from someone else, someone whose story may be similar to yours, or it may be completely different, that might resonate with your newest driver even more so than yours does. But it also just validates that Thrive is for everyone and that it's helping anyone and everyone. Another reason, and guys, I'm going to tell you, anytime I'm put on a welcome call with a new promoter, our entire onboarding process for new promoters, I tell everyone, this is the biggest tip I can give you to have success. It's some sort of third-party validation. So another reason why it's so important is duplication. Every single person that joins you in this business can have massive success. It doesn't matter their age. It doesn't matter their experience. It doesn't matter their education. It doesn't matter if they know anything about social media marketing or MLM or nutrition or vitamins, nothing. They can have huge success here because they're going to start taking the product, they're going to start thriving out loud, and then they're going to have a story to sell. And all they have to be able to do is be able to be the connector. As long as someone knows how to get someone interested in asking questions and then be the connector, whether it be getting them on the phone and adding in an upline leader or throwing them in a three-way messenger chat. And you guys, I know things have changed a lot. People prefer text message instead of phone calls. They prefer messenger messages instead of phone calls. That's fine. Whatever works best for you and for your person or for your schedule. I have some, like me, I love the calls. I love talking to people one-on-one because then I really relate to them and get them to relate to me. And I remember all of those people that I have a one-on-one conversation with. I remember them. I remember their story for years to come. Three-way messenger chats, we can use voice clips. I have those pre-recorded so I can throw them in a messenger chat and still get the third-party validation in the story. I just don't make the connection in there near like I do on a phone call. But I have some team members flying through the ranks because they work full-time jobs, and they just throw people in messenger chats all day long in their nooks and crannies of their day, and I still get to share my story. Yes?
Can I add something to that real quick?
Sure.
It was crazy. Somebody was with me in the last month, and I was leaving a Thriver, and when you text, I was leaving them an audio text, right? And I want all of y'all just to think about this. I'm like I'm on an Apple. They Droids, I don't think they get the audio. But all that being said, the tone of your voice, it will always beat a text message or an email. One of the things I want to tell you, crazy story. I was in my 20s, like every 20-year-old. I had no money. And I started realizing back in the day, I was selling the telecommunications products. It was when grandparents had the phones in the homes, like the landlines, right? All that being said, you all, I started thinking, wait a second, I'm in my 20s. I've got a product I'm so excited about. I want to share it with everybody. Guess what I did, you all? I started going in the phone book. It was huge. And I started going through the phone book, and people back then, they'd have these voice recordings, right? They would have these voice recordings. I would leave them a message, didn't even know them, and I would say, hey, Sally, well, I saw Sally Adams in the A's, and I would just pick A's. I would go through. Here's the difference in a rich person and a poor person, you all. It's not the physical dollar. It's the mental decision to move forward in life. How do we move forward in life? We just increase our odds of success by how many people we personally are reaching out to. Don't be an individual on this call going, ooh, I want to make $10,000 a week. Not hard. But people are going to do what you do. If you take your voice and you just start with this technology and all this stuff that's out there today, and you just start leaving 30 people a day the same voice message, hey, Sally, I was just thinking about you. I've got to tell you, you need to meet with me. I know you're busy, so am I, but you need to meet with me. I've got a product you have got to experience. It's going to make you feel like you did 10 years ago. Message me back. Now, the reason I say that, Charlie, is if you all will practice going, wait a second, I can leave this girl an audio message and I don't have to get in a one-on-one conversation. My goal, this is everybody's goal the next 10 days. I want all of y'all to write down the number 10. I want everything to start evolve around your universe, everything we're doing, 10 days. Why? Because we all know day 10 is when Thrive kicks in. If somebody has inflammation in their body and they've got discomfort, we can't say, who knows what the discomfort in their body is. That's another huge thing. Side note that I want to say to you all, don't try to sell the product. Let the product be the salesperson, because if you have 10 people that you are sending an audio message to today, 10 of them, 7 of them are going to have a different experience. Are you wasting your time trying to be a salesperson of Thrive and talk about what it does? The people that make the biggest checks say, I don't know what your experience is going to be, but I'll guarantee you I'm going to knock your socks off in the next 2 to 3 days with this product will. Or I guarantee you, you're going to know I'm on to something big. Write this down. Write this down. I say that's loving it. I don't get too aggressive, but write this down. A big piece to success is getting others to see the vision as fast as possible. How do you do that? It's keywords. It's what comes out of your mouth. If I say to somebody, I'm going to tell you something, you're going to know I'm onto something big. I think we're going to have a lot of people that you and I know buying this product in the next week to 2 weeks. If you're a new Thriver or you're an existing Thriver, 40, 80, 200K, today's your day to step back in and go, am I saying things that make the other person's brain go, There's a lot of people you and I know that are going to be buying this product in the next next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in our town. When you say that to somebody, either on a recorded message or you are at the games or, scrimmages or whatever, and you're saying there's going to be a lot of people you and I know buying this product, we've got an opportunity to do really well with this. They may not have even tried the product yet, but you are speaking into existence. They're going forward with you because you know what they are about to experience on this product is going to be a benefit to them. When you have that conviction, it's just real simple. It's not that you got to sell yourself out. Again, if you're not in that mental space, you have not been personally putting this product into people's hands. When you have seeds of doubt, you have been stepped out of the business. When you are in the business, you know the outcome of everybody getting on this product. So get your head where it needs to be. Get your power, your confidence up by leaving audio messages, and don't tell them to call you. Tell them to message you back, so that when they message you, you have time to call an 80K or a 200K and say, hey, my friend messaged me back. They haven't taken the product yet. What would you think? This is the job of 40s, 80s, and 200s. Is, are you teaching people how to reach out to 10 to 15 people a day with these tools and spread the word quickly, and then just get everybody coming to them for the product? So Starla, back to you.
Yes, I love that. And actually that's brilliant, because who has more confidence in the product and in sharing their story and knowing the right words to say than Upline Leadership? Someone who's already had physical and financial success. So like, I wouldn't call a 4K necessarily to do a Druid call for me. I'm going to call a 12K, 40K, 80K, or 200K to get on the phone and tell my friends so that they can hear from someone other than me. Paul has always said since day one, your friends and family already have an opinion of you. They already know your love and drive. They reached out. You got them interested. Now let them hear from someone else that they don't have an opinion of yet, and let them share what Thrive is, and then a little bit of their story, real brief. You guys, they are not long. You don't take all day to convince someone to Thrive. You just take 5 minutes, share what the 3 steps are, briefly share your day 1, day 5, day 10, and then you're off. If they ask questions about the options on how to get started, that is great. Here's my last point, really, about the importance of that third-party validation. It's about showing your newest people and your newest promoters, or even they don't even have to be new, people eager to grow, you are showing them the way to success by gaining confidence. They gain confidence from listening to you talk. The more they put you on the phone with people, the more they hear the right verbiage, the more they gain confidence in this business and this product and this system. Anyone and everyone. I can't tell you guys how many college students that have earned auto bonus, like in their first, 2 months, because all they do is just start throwing their friends in three-way messenger chats or on three-way calls with someone else that's already had success with this business, and then boom, all of a sudden they're getting a weekly paycheck, auto bonus, and tell me that doesn't create momentum for a business. But they didn't know anything when they started. You learn as you grow. Someone doesn't have to know everything about the ingredients. Please don't try to learn everything about the ingredients. They don't have to know everything about the business. All they have to do is learn how to be a powerful connector and have confidence in this business. And you guys, last thing, teamwork. We are better together. The culture and the community of this business and this company is second to none. It's phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it. Who doesn't want to be a part of something that's impacting people in a positive way? That's a community of uplifting positive people. And that's another thing that the Relay Call shows. It just shows that we have a powerful team together, and the community is incredible. And there's no one better, I don't think, to talk about community than Brittany Plunkett. So with that, Brittany, I'm going to turn it over to you, and let's all jump back in.
Alrighty, I could not agree more on the community aspect, the teamwork aspect, and we could go on and on about the basics. The one thing that we talk about so much on our team, because people will come to me and they're like, I cannot get promoters. I don't know how to get promoters. And I'm like, guys, this product gets promoters. This product brings you everything it needs. Like Paul says, the product sells itself. What you put out there every day is your Thrive journey. We talk about day 1, day 3, day 10 all the time on our team. And whenever someone comes to me and they're like, I feel like I've hit a roadblock, I feel like I have not had movement, I will go straight to their social media and I will be like, it is probably because people do not know you are thriving. They do not understand what it is truly doing with you. And you have to take yourself back to day 1. What did you need? What made you finally say yes? Why did you take the sample? Who reached out to you? How did they reach out to you? What day did you realize? And in those first 10 days, that's what people are looking for, not what your transformation looks like 6 months down the road, 2.5 years down the road. That is not relatable to Me, especially if I recall before I was a thriver, when I seen people's transformation, I couldn't scroll past them fast enough because it just reminded me of how far I had to go to feel better, look better, live a better life. And so I always take my team back to day one, the basics, where it's not rocket science. It made you feel different. I was a day one thriver. I knew instantly by 2:00 in the afternoon that this product was changing me that quickly. By day 3, my husband realized it had changed me, and by day 10, we were both thrivers forever. We had already ordered. We had not missed a day, have not missed a day since. And that is the moment that I go back to authentically with my team. And I'm like, you do not know how far gone I was at 35 years old, how tired I was. Not necessarily that I wanted to lose weight. I was just tired. I couldn't walk up 2 flights of steps without being out of breath. So I have to bring them back to that moment, not about the business, not about the product and by itself, but what it does for you and what it can do for those you contact, those you reach out to, and that whatever you put out on social media, remember who you're trying to contact. You're not trying to contact and reach those that are already thriving with you, that know how well you feel. You're trying to reach those who have no idea what it's truly going to do. And then it goes into community for me. I am a people person. I had kind of lost that with my energy levels and the place that I was in my life at that time. I just didn't feel like being people-y. But as I grew my business, I would bring people into my living room. We would do small gatherings. And as Paul said, right at the end of July, I've always been a local leader. I encourage everyone. It has to be duplicatable. Make it simple. Water, snacks, and share your stories. And that is simple and duplicatable. And we done a huge rally of locals in all the counties surrounding us and went out of state a couple times. But it's the people to people, and the 80K that I went to see in West Virginia, and when we done her team at the end of it, she said, and they started in the middle of a pandemic. They did not have, we couldn't teach the local part of it. And even though it was something that we restarted here, it was not something that they were actively doing there because they had went to 80K without it. And so she said to me after that local, she was like, I get it now. I see why it changes, because when you can hear someone's story face to face and you can feel their energy and how much it really has changed their life, you don't need to convince them to be a part of the company. You don't need to convince them to purchase it. They will make that decision on their own from your authentic stories. So whenever we make our plans for each month, my first question, and we'll have the same question again, I don't understand why I'm not growing. I'm not going as fast as I want to. And my first question is, when was the last time you were in front of people? And how many samples have you given out? And you build your community by the samples that you give out. And Hannah Kress is going to talk about how she has built her business on sampling and built her PPA through the last 5 months on a sample. So Hannah, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Brittany. So I'm really excited to be here. And I'm going to talk about sampling because I'm coming off, me personally, I'm 5 months into this business. And it's done remarkable wonders for me. But I'm coming off my biggest month in July. And it's because I went the sampling route. I ordered 2 4-week boxes. I spent the hours splitting them up. I wanted to push those out the door for people that see me and see my patch. And they say, girl, what is that? What are you wearing? Well, it's my DST. I'm wearing my vitamins. And I'm a firm believer that, that is the smartest business decision. But I did samples. I bought the 4-week packs. I invested in my business. I followed up day 1, day 2, day 3. How was your shake? How's it making you feel? Are you sleeping better? And that's something that I'm starting with my team. I want to create mini me below me in my team, and we're going to push sampling out the door. I have boxes waiting to go out now. And it's an exciting process, because I'm being successful in my business, but I also want it for the people below me too. And I also think, confidence in what you're promoting is super huge in what you're going to be doing in this business. Brittany hit the nail on the head, I think, if somebody's not growing, go to your social media page. Our team talks about thriving out loud. Are people able to see what it's done for you mentally, physically, financially? Are people able to see that? Are they able to look at your smile and say, girl, you have changed, your attitude has changed, your mentality has changed, your appearance has changed? Yes, because I'm thriving out loud. I'm putting it on my Facebook. I'm putting it on my Instagram. I want my team to do that. If you're not growing, are you thriving out loud? And I feel like that is so huge. But you also have to have the confidence that you're a Thrive promoter. I walk into our pool that we have a membership at, and I wear my patch where you can see it. I want people to ask me what my patch is. I want to be known as the person that is a Thrive promoter, that is a thriver, that this has completely changed my life. My health has went up. I'm only 29 years old. I had 2 small kids, but before Thrive, I was completely exhausted, and I was miserable in my own body. My husband didn't have the wife that he deserved. My kids didn't have the mom that they deserved, and it has just completely changed it. And I feel like if you have that confidence going into all of these conversations with customers and with promoters and with your team and even your upline, you're going to make such a huge difference in people's lives. And if you're not doing it for that single reason, then why are you? Find your why. Have confidence in this business, in this company, in the product. Like Paul said, it's not about pushing the product on someone. It's going to sell itself. But, you don't let up. You come to work every day. Sheila kicked us off and said it's like opening a storefront. Open that storefront. Turn the lights on. Show up and work your business every day like your life depended on it, because what would you do without Thrive? What would your health be without Thrive? What would your financial situation be without Thrive? What would all of this be? What would your life be without this company? And you should want to push that out for everybody else, because everybody else wants. Everybody should feel like this, and I think that that's what has really set me off. I'm not near the level of the women that are talking on this call, and it is. I feel blessed just to be even a part of it and to be asked to speak. But I feel like that my success 5 months into this business, and 5 short months that have went by really quickly, is that I have passion and I work hard. And I really hope that that's going down. It's like a trickle effect to my team. It's a snowball effect. And it's just awesome. And I really hope that everybody takes everything that they can off of this leadership call, because I'm telling you, we're in the heat of things right now, and you don't want to miss it. So I'm going to pass the ball on to Beth Grace, and I think she's going to round us out.
Thank you so much. And do you guys feel like this is Thrive Church? I want you to think about how powerful it is to gather and hear the stories. And a memory just popped up, and I have to share this. 7 years ago this month, I got a text message from Blair Critch that just was powerful. And she said, we are going to build this together. This is something special. I'm calling you at 10 a.m. And I was immediately put on a 3-way call with Sheila. And this day, I started, so August 4th, the tumbler valve went out in my car, and it was a $2,500 repair. And I don't know if Paul remembers this, but he was coming to Florida for our first local. And by the end of the month, I said, I will have that auto bonus. And I said, but how? I wanted all these fancy strategies. And he said, focus on the story. And I went from living room to living room and went from $4,000 in volume 3 days later to hitting that 12K auto bonus and having 3 auto bonus earners by the end of the first month. And we weren't fancy on social media. We weren't even in our 20s. All of us were in our mid 40s. I had an AOL account with 227 friends on Facebook, and I focused on the stories. And it was putting those 3 steps into the bodies of the people that I loved. And so if you ever hear someone say, oh, I don't want to bother my friends and family, then you shouldn't be promoting this product. You should want every single person that you love to be thriving with you. And I will say that the number one thing that I will tell you, being a veteran of 7 years and going through the teen years, being able to pay for my daughter's college education, and listening to Paul over and over talk about those visualizations of that perfect Christmas. And then my perfect Christmas turned into a visualization of the cottage on the lake. But I didn't stop building the business, and I didn't go into management mode, because it is all about, are you putting those 3 simple steps into that tired mom's body, that dad at the hockey tournament, the friend from high school? Are you connecting? And here is my big $1 million tip. Focus on the stories, you guys. Know the stories. Do you know the stories of the 4K, the 12K, of your first promoter? Do you know your Sisters Thrive experience? And then I will say, and I do it to this day, I had someone on day 5, she just went back to school, and she sent me a text, and she said, I could not be surviving back to school without Thrive. I'm so grateful. I screenshotted that text. It will be on my stories this afternoon. I will send that text message to 15 teachers that aren't thriving with me yet. And here's the next thing. I will say to her, would you hop on a call with me? I have a few people that need to hear this story. I would love for you to share your day 1, your day 3, and now your day 5. And by the way, why don't you invite 6 or 7 of your tired teacher friends to listen in on this call, and they can hear the story as well. We'll get you driving for free. And I guarantee you that she'll be VIP 800, 1500, and 4K by the end of the month. And the other thing that I would say is, head into that classroom and say, hey, I'll be there at 3:30. I'm going to have some Thrive Mini experiences in my bag. Gather those teachers. I want you to share your story. I'll share my story. We'll get everybody thriving. So that is my best piece of advice. And I will say is, keep it simple. You already have every single thing that you need to build this business. You have a free account. You have the fan page. You have the Instagram account. You have the 3-way call. You have the mini experiences, and you have your story and their story. It is what's holding you back is the fear of what you think they will think of you. And I had someone say to me this weekend, I wasn't on social media. My son was competing. I had so much Thrive in my backpack, I could hardly handle it, because I said to Blair, I said, I'm going to get 15 people thriving this weekend while I'm at this tournament, because there's a lot of tired, exhausted parents. And I had somebody say to me, oh my gosh, you haven't stopped doing that Thrive thing. And I said, I will never stop thriving. I will always be the crazy Thrive lady that's driving to capture the Thrive experience, because this business, this product, the people have completely and totally changed my family's legacy. And I want that for you. And it starts with one conversation that you are picking up the phone, sending that voice memo, and getting someone that so desperately needs Thrive, like I did in August of 2014. Thank God. I thank God every day that Blair Critch didn't just say, oh, it's probably not for her. Oh, what will she think of me? I'm not sending that message. She boldly sent me the message. I bought the 400 pack on a credit card that I I couldn't even tell my husband, because we were going through a little bit of a financial obstacle. And I thought I better hit that VIP 800 in 24 hours. And I didn't have the product in my body, but I had a lot of stories to merge on 3-way call. So Paul, I just want to say how thankful I am for this call today, hearing your voice. And oh gosh, I feel like we're back at Thrive Church.
You're so fun. Well, and you all know this. I say this to you sincerely, and thank you all and everyone that has shot me text messages today. If I haven't responded to you all today, I've gotten a ton of text messages, and like everybody said on this call, it takes all of it. It takes all of our voices to make this company to make everything happen for all of us on this call. We all decide how big or how successful each of us can become, by teaming up together. But at the end of this call, everybody knows it's IPAs, income producing activities. A couple of updates I want to give to you all. By the way, Beth, I'll be in Palm Beach this weekend. I'm going to make an announcement. I do have one coming up, Bristol, Tennessee. Crazy story. I think many of you all have seen this. Now, you tell me this is ironic. I want you all to think about this. No matter where you live in the United States, I told you all at the beginning of the call what Brittany Plunkett was doing. She was someone, Maria, all you out there, you got to hear this. So every 2 weeks, I would do whoever the top thrivers were within an hour of Nashville. I would meet them and I'd give them like 10 3-day mini experiences or 20 3-day mini experiences. And because my philosophy was, if I'm going to really blow this up, and you know what I got to tell you all, I'm pretty proud to be able to say to you all, if you think you haven't heard from me in a year and a half, we've had a pretty big impact quietly in a 1 hour radius. Actually now about a 4 hour radius of where we live. It's not because of me. It's because Brittany Plunkett, that whole team, that has done what they've done. Misty Skelton did a very aggressive job out there. All of you, Hannah Rain, just go on and on and on. That's the other thing. I can't even name all the leaders that are within a 1 hour radius because everybody has the same pattern down. They're all going out there putting 1 day and 3 day packages, you all. And there's so many new 12K VIPs in the last 12 months in this area. Did you all know? This is a fact. Wayne County, Tennessee, little bitty town in Tennessee, Wayne County, Tennessee. It's the #1 county in all of the Thrive International, Thrive, not just the U.S. Wayne County, Tennessee is #1 with the most new free accounts and new upgrades. You all get focused. If you're a 40K, 80K, or 200K, you all at 12K, your monthly credits that you're getting, use your credits for a weekly promo. If you all will pull together, every one of you, to get on the same page, trust me, I promise you, if you all will just run this promotion for your team, whoever the thriver in your team that has the most free accounts above 5+1 starter or promoter upgrade, you're going to have 3 or 4 people in your team. Every one of, even if you're not a 4K yet, if you run a promo, you're not a 4K, call your upline 12K, 40K, 80K and say, by God, I want to be 40K by Christmas. We're all here to help each other, right? If we all stay on the same page and we go, look, we all are in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves. But if we're going to make this thing hum really fast for a lot of you that are on this call today, stick to a promotion for your team. If you've got around $2,000 to $4,000 a month in orders coming in, start being consistent. Monday through Sunday, I want all of y'all to pull together and run a weekly promo, 5 free accounts plus 1 starter pack upgrade or promoter pack upgrade is the winner. Whoever has the most free accounts plus personal upgrades, right? You all will see your business blossom and explode with free accounts. Sheila said it best. 80% of all orders that come in are after someone has heard about this the 6th to 7th time. So as I close out, I'm going to give you all a promo. Another thing, I think we're going to go live with Heat today. We are ready to go. I've had it here. I've decided to lay low, but I think we're about ready to go live with our new Heat product. So that'll be exciting. Y'all will have a massive day in next 2 or 3 days in orders with that. Be patient. I have not looked on the calendar, but I know it's coming here within the hours. 10-minute live call. Let me touch on this real quick. Let's say somebody on this call right now is going, man, I just want to make an extra $400 a week. That's a lot of money. That covers a lot of groceries, a lot of gas bills. That is changing the lives of 90%, 95% of everyone in the town you live in. This is not about who drives the Mercedes. This is not about who's a millionaire. This is about, is our mind and our thoughts on someone's day 10 are our thoughts on, wait a second, I can do a 10-minute phone call, and I can bring on this girl, and she can talk about day 1 through day 10. And I can bring on this girl, and she can talk about day 1, day 3, day 10, her experience. And I can have a conference call that's over in 10 minutes, and I share my day 1, day 3, day 10. Hey, guess what, you all? No one cares about your success in this business. No, definitely don't want to hear about your rank. They despise hearing about financial success. It's the truth. But everyone is wide open if they hear a call and they can't see you. Videos, you all, I've always said this. People judge the way people look. Shame on them. But unfortunately, you're in a losing battle. When you do conference calls and you have live voices, no one sees what the person looks like, but they can hear the heart. They can hear the sincerity, and they hear a conference call that's 10 minutes and 3 women that are going, this is God's honest truth. This is what I felt like by my 10th day on this product. Day 3, this is what I felt like. My 10th day was totally different. If you all will stick to the basics, year 1 in this business, $10 million in orders in our first year. And all we had was the women's capsule and the lifestyle mix, or the women's capsule, the men's capsule, and the vanilla lifestyle mix. First 12 months. Here's my question to you all. In the next 10 months of your life, if you just focused on putting the women's capsule and the vanilla lifestyle mix and the DFT, if you just made that your focus only, where could you be in the next 10 months? Could you do $10 million in your team? It's what happened in the company in its first 12 months, right? Year 2, I don't know what it was, 70 to 100 million the second year. And I think the more as this business continues to mature in time, it's not important for any of us about how much money the company's done in sales, because when people hear billions of dollars, like I said, it's a turnoff. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it's a blessing beyond belief. Nobody wants, who can relate to billions, right? Nobody. Who can relate to $400? Know where everyone else's head is and focus on everyone else, and your blessings will come. Don't be that foolish person that gets a weekly check in here and you start making $1,000, $2,000, $15,000 a week, and you got 3 sports cars and wondering why you're broke. Take that one to the bank. So let's wrap up. Let's do 10 outreaches a day. Those are your income producing activities. I gave you all tips on how to do audio messages so that you don't have to have one-on-one communication. Focus on day 1, day 3, day 10. Write that down. Day 1, day 3, day 10. Put it on your refrigerator. 10-minute live calls. All right, I'm going to close out and say this. Between now and Sunday night, I'm going to run this. The 4K in this company right now that has the most free accounts above 5+1.
Okay, hang on. Yeah. There you go.
Let me
Unmuted. Muted. What happened?
Oh, I'm laughing so hard because I'm thinking about all the conference calls that I've done in the past where I was going to launch a promo, and at the end of the call, I never launched a promo.
Okay, well, here you are. You are live. You are on.
Yeah, I know. I'm laughing. So the 4K, if everyone get the message out to your team, the 4K that has the most free accounts plus upgrade, 5+1, has to be a starter or a promoter. Between now and Sunday night, wins $400 in credit to use for their team, for sampling, whatever they got to do, not for themselves. Use the $400 in credit to grow your team. That's the 4K. The 12K on this call, or whomever is out there, that by Sunday night that has the most personal free accounts above 5+1. So that means if you have 50 free accounts and 4 personal upgrades that you have in that starter or promoter, and you're the 12K that has the most free accounts, 5+1 upgrade, your you're going to win $1,200 in credit to share with your team for your next promo. So pay these forward. Like you take these credits. If I were a 12K, I'd be very smart with the credit. And I'd turn around the following week and say, I'm going to divide this up to the top thrivers, 400, 400, and 400. Pay it forward. The 40K, it has the most personal free accounts. Above 5 plus 1 personal upgrade of a starter or a promoter, it's $4,000 in credits to share with your team for the weeks ahead. So that is the 4K gets $400 in credits to pay forward. A 12K gets $1,200 in credits to pay forward on the promos and 40K. Last but not least, I want to say 80 to 200Ks. I say this to you all with love. Trust me. If I can have my reflections of my last year and a half, y'all have seen the videos of where I've had the product in the garages. I don't need to hype you all up. This has happened in a 1 hour radius of where we live. And it's because of an individual that chose to go crazy, Brittany Plunkett, and everyone followed her energy. She's got some women that are just as strong or stronger in her team that are making this happen. Well, between now and December, Sheila, everybody out here, I'm counting on everyone out there to be focusing on weekly promos that you 80s and 200s step up and do 5+1 weekly promos Monday to Sunday night at 10:59 p.m. Central. Run it with your weekly commission calendar and focus on 5 free accounts plus 1 upgrade if someone wins Thrive credit. You all, it's the easiest thing. And last but not least, please hang up this phone and remember, your product is in single serve packaging for a simple reason. Hang up this phone and go on a mission to get people on 1-day samples of this product. Love you all. Thank you all so much. And I look forward to seeing all the leadership in Las Vegas. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.